coverage, and his treatment at that point was limited to 2 trips to the emergency room. This all started with a telephone call that I made to Nate's father shortly after our initial consultation, just basically to check on Nate and see how he was doing. When I found out that his condition was not improving, in fact, it seemed like things were getting worse, we were concerned that he had suffered head trauma and a head injury that had gone undiagnosed. And I have no doubt, without this psychiatric care, without our encouragement and guidance, we like to think of it sometimes as actually just shepherding the client, guiding the client through the process, guiding Nate and his family through something they've never experienced. And again, I have no doubt, without our encouragement, he would have not received that critical psychiatric care, and his life and his case would have turned out much different. Now, Matt Glover likes to say, and I have to agree with this, you don't win your case at trial. You win your case in trial preparation. This means we must review, evaluate, and prepare our cases for trial from the very beginning, even if a lawsuit is never filed, or if the case is, even if the case is on a fast track or on a track to mediation, we still must review, evaluate, analyze, and prepare accordingly. We must identify the issues in the case that can be developed to drive value and focus on that as soon as possible. As you know, injuries and damages are a driving force in litigation, especially if a commercial vehicle is involved in causing them. This must be developed and presented. I think about RC. I'm reminded of RC, a hard-working family man that was critically injured in a clipping motorcycle wreck with a commercial truck, accumulating over $150,000 in medical bills, rendering him unable to work, rendering RC unable to work for over a year, and without the benefit of medical insurance. Now, needless to say, RC needed encouragement and guidance. Not long after the crash, I was glad to be summoned to his hospital room to go ahead and start offering some of that encouragement and guidance. While he was still recovering from surgeries, we were able to explain to the family that a lawsuit needed to be filed to preserve critical evidence, and so that we could exercise the subpoena power of the circuit court and build his case and work to drive value in his case. This allowed our legal team to go to work immediately, deploying our investigator and accident reconstruction expert, again, to go ahead and continue to build on the case. We retained an economist and a life care planner, gathered records and documents, deposed the witnesses, and opened and maintained an open line of communication with the medical providers to complete our trial preparation. This led to a successful, life-changing confidential settlement at mediation just prior to the jury trial date, along with a UM settlement. Now, I'd also like to add, as fate would have it, just as I was entering RC's hospital room, an insurance representative, adjuster, agent, investigator, had just left the hospital room. And the timing was really ironic. I'm walking in as the insurance representative is walking out, and I was able to ask the family, do you think this representative is there to help you. Furthermore, I was able to relay our information that we had already, that not only was that insurance representative there, they'd already dispatched an accident reconstruction expert to the scene. Again, I asked this family, are they doing that to help you? And I think we would all agree, no. The answer is no. They were doing that in their efforts to drive down the value of this man's case while he's in the hospital at the weakest possible point in his life, unable to work, to provide for his family. No, and again, even though he's a hard-working family man, unfortunately, he had no medical insurance. So again, while they're sending their representative into the hospital to talk to him, they've got an accident reconstruction investigation going on behind the scenes. And as you can guess, this is something the representative conveniently left out. So again, we're there to work, to drive value, and to protect you and your lost wages and earnings, and to build your case. And again, this was a commercial vehicle, which we're seeing a lot more commercial vehicles on the road. And it's not just the big rigs, the 18-wheelers. We're actually seeing more and more food delivery and home health in the times that we're experiencing right now. And these are commercial drivers that operate under rules and regulations and insurance policies that create another area in law that can drive value in your case. So it's something that we've got to be very mindful of. We've got to develop any heat and damages in these cases that can drive and add value accordingly, especially when our clients are suffering from serious injuries and going through surgeries and medical procedures and the rehab and the recovery that follows. It can be very challenging times and very difficult, and they need to be provided hope